For a whole year, imagine you kill someone, and for a whole year, you do nothing. Nothing to make it right. It's like, to me, it's like, did you even care?
An El Paso County family is turning to News 5 Investigates for answers. They lost their daughter in a car crash in 2021. The man convicted for her death was an airman stationed at Peterson Space Force Base. The family says they were frustrated when the case did not go to trial, and now they'd like to know what happened with his military service. I'm Allison Zimmerman. We've spent months working to get the family answers. Here's their story.
She was the nicest person you'd ever meet. And I'm not just saying that because she's my daughter, right?
Mary Abiera-Lumbres was just 18 years old when she died.
Mary was very good at seeing people and helping people to feel seen and heard and valued.
Look, I got it. It's me.
A high school senior, she was looking forward to college to one day become a pharmacist. But now, a memorial sits at this intersection. On November 3rd, 2021, she was on her way to another school day at Widefield High when another driver crashed into her Prius, killing her.
As a mom, you know, we're 3 years in and the days are long, but the months and the years are very short. And it almost feels like I am fighting with time because it's like she's being erased from the world, but I can never erase her, right?
Hunter Manalga was charged with careless driving resulting in death, a misdemeanor. Police reports say he was driving 22 miles an hour over the speed limit.
My name is Hunter Manalga. I'm a client systems technician for the 380th Comp Squadron.
This is video we found of him online talking about his military service in 2019. He was stationed at Peterson Space Force Base at the time of the crash. The case was handled in an El Paso County courtroom. A little over a year after Mary's death, Manalga pleaded guilty. He was given a 5-year deferred sentence, meaning if he completed certain requirements, he would not spend any time in jail and it would be wiped from his record.
He got to leave court that day, went back to work. The next day, like nothing happened.
The conditions of Manalga's 5-year deferred sentence included letters of apology to the family and 300 hours of community service, with hours completed in the first year with the CSPD major crash team. Time passed by for the Abiera-Lumbres family. A year after his sentence, there were no letters in their mailbox, and they were curious if Manalga had completed any community service hours.
We lived this whole year. It was a nightmare, right? And then after the year, we were like, okay, well, let's just see, like, what did he do?
Some of Manalga's sentencing requirements, like driving classes, were completed before the judge sentenced him. But 1 year after that day in court, the community service hours on his deferred sentence were a different story.
And he did nothing.
For a whole year, imagine you kill someone, and for a whole year, you do nothing. Nothing to make it right. It's like, to me, it's like, did you even care?
That's just one of the questions the Abiera-Lumbres family has tried to find an answer to in the years since Mary's death. In January 2023, Manalga pleaded guilty. Mary's mom followed up a year later to see what he had completed. The letters of apology arrived in April. Manalga was called back to court in May of 2024. That's when a judge ordered he complete 60 hours of community service with CSPD before an August hearing. Manalga claimed he thought he had 5 years to complete any of the 300 hours. His probation officer said he had scheduling issues being active duty military. He completed the 60 hours from June to August, but in that August hearing, the judge sentenced him to a year in jail for failing to complete a single hour of community service from January 2023 to January 2024.
I think we rode like a little wave, like a little high when we found that out. I was like, I'm relieved, like I got justice for my daughter.
But questions still remained. What would happen to Manalga's military career while behind bars? And would he receive an honorable discharge, entitling him to all military benefits? Mary's dad, a veteran himself, is frustrated.
So that's the explanation I want. Is like, why Why was this person kept in the military?
I sent a letter to Manalga and reached out to his wife to see if he would be interested in sharing his side of the story. I did not hear back. Manny and Catherine did share this communication with me they had with Peterson Space Force Base. In it, it says Manalga cannot be dishonorably discharged because his case did not go to a court-martial. I requested Manalga's personnel records from Peterson, but even when we get that back, we will not be able to learn his discharge status because that information is considered private.
So there's different types of discharges.
Ryan Coward is a military law expert in Colorado Springs. Coward says any time a service member is involved in a crime, the military can decide to prosecute it themselves, allow the civilian court system to prosecute it, or the service member could be charged in both courts.
There's honorable discharges, general, and other than honorable. Those are the types of discharges that are usually given. There are other types also that can be issued by a court-martial.
So it's not typical then if a service member were to commit a crime that was taken to civilian court and they would receive an honorable discharge?
That's not typical.
For Mary's family, they want to know more about why the military did not take the case to a court-martial and what happened with his service. It's another line in a story they feel they have not gotten an ending to.
What I would like to see, hopefully, is that they change their policy so that another parent, another family does not have to sit where we're sitting right now and feel this betrayal.
I also reached out to Peterson Space Force Base about Manalga. In a statement, they said, in part, "We cannot comment on the specific details of an individual's military service or discharge status, as this information is protected by privacy laws. The Department of the Air Force takes the privacy of its service members seriously and adheres to all applicable laws and regulations regarding the release of personal information." And we are continuing to press for answers. We'll let you know as we get new information. Allison Zimmerman, News 5 Investigates.